You could actually go to an agricultural institute and trust them enough to give you what is good for.
But remember to cost that.
Yes, remember to
cost that.
So that is that. So I think then we should also feed them with whatever thing it is you're able to get, but also remember to incorporate calcium into their whichever meat. Just say whether limestone or bone meal. Go to the bone meal. There's something called bone meal. If you go to the feed meal, you
put limestone into the water.
No, that limestone. That's why I said all these things there, all these other things that I call concentrates. You go to the feed mill to get them. So when you go to the feed mill, you get it, but don't get it as the stone, except you are ready to make it to crush. So just get the already crushed ones, whether bone meal to already crushed ones, and they are sold per kg. So depending on the quantity you want. So how do you get to give it to them? You could mix it with the soil, like maybe every 2 days. It actually helps. I've studied my snail such that you see the remarkable growth in their shell when you give it to them as often as. I know the bigger the shell, the bigger they become. It is only if you don't feed properly after they've grown to a particular size that you now see that there's space in their shell. If they retract, that's when it's space pressure. So it's either you give it to them, or it's either you put it, mix it with the sand, sprinkle it on their food, or dip their food somehow in the whatever thing it is that you got, whether limestone, whether bone meal, mix it with it, and they have their own way of taking it in. What is that question? I've answered the question.
Concerning the limestone, I made some little research. Is there anything like there's different kind of limestone?
That you read that lime. Actually, I think I read somewhere, but limestone. Once you get there and tell them you want limestone, that's why I'm emphasizing on you going to the feed mill. Once you get there and tell them you want limestone, I just described that with looks. It's shining and it's whitish. But if you will give it to them, especially that limestone, I had a kind of experience with it, especially with the small snails. I put a lot in there and it was too harsh for them. So some of them that could run up to the top of the tire ran, but those that could not died. So it is safer to actually just put sparingly, but occasionally. No. You won't be giving it those. They'll just sell to you packaging. It's left to you. It's left to you to know how to. Except it has been incorporated into the feed that you are getting. And then even as that, if you are really going to a very big, then you need a scale to measure what quantity you give them and how often it is you give them. So this concentrate I'm talking about is is what is here as the compounded ration. So I guess that's about their feeding. Then also there's this thing about pineapple. Pineapple is sweet, so it could attract ants. But if you put it in there, and then there's something shielding the ants from getting to where they are.
Pineapple has spikes.
The way we can this thing. So you're going to remove cells.
Sorry, I had an experience with pineapple. They will eat, but you have to move it immediately because they bring out that time maggots and kill all the snails. So you have to move it.
Why you have to change your feed? I was saying something. Then even the water content of pineapples is high. So for more reason you have to change all those feed you are giving them that has high water content often. Okay. So it is here that after feed, the remnants must be removed Snails eat when the relative humidity is high and will not eat if the environment is too dry. You know, I talked about estivation and hibernation. Okay, so I said they estivate when the environment is too dry. But let me also say that for those of us that will be using tires or plastic containers or drums and the like, when we say you don't necessarily have to wet it every day. For example, those that are using tires now, if you place a tire on the floor, how do you, except if the floor is just the normal floor that water can seep in through, but if it is on a cemented ground or something, you know, there's no way the water can actually flow out. What you do is you just sprinkle, and sprinkling lightly so that the soil will not be waterlogged. Sprinkle lightly, but bear in mind that at least every 3 months you have to change the soil. So whether you are using a hutch box or you are using a tire system, especially if you are using, it might be quite difficult when using a tire system, but whichever one it is, I will advise that you put like a nylon or a tarpaulin or something at the base before you fill with sand, such that it will be easy for you to change the soil. What you do is when you unmount the tires or whatever it is, you just pull that out, and before you, when you know you intend changing the soil, you must have gotten the other side you want you to replace. If you can sun dry it so that whatever microorganisms or whatever that in the soil, the sun will have killed and then you replace. So you can do that every 3 months. If you are using land, if it is a free range, the land has a way of regenerating or replenishing itself. So you don't have to ask how wide do you want to get it.
When I say land, maybe you have an backyard, you just have
that is not cemented. That is just you will not necessarily have to. Yes, it will have. Okay, so these are pictures showing the hair, very small ones. For me, I can easily identify this as my plant. They are feeding on kumba. Then here they are feeding on green vegetables. Then this shaft from pap that I talked about is what they are feeding on here. And then normal green vegetables. This watermelon was like you said, you could just eat off these parts and then leave these other parts and then eat, and then it's package. Whatever feed it is you give them. Some people like my dad, when I started off, was always cutting vegetables, very small, well, thinking that maybe the very small ones, you may not be able to eat as a whole, but don't stop yourself because really in the wild when they are, nobody is cutting it up, but they have their way of eating. Okay, so their eggs, you keep.
This one is inside the cell. I know.
That is like put and check inside the cell. That is okay. That is actually a little bit technical. In the sense that, you know, I said let me every 3 months, but you can't actually tell you can only physically tell sort made by their sizes, and but even at that, you know they are within the same age range. They are probably their days and eggs. But I said it every 3 months they lay. Okay, so what will happen is if you are actually taking notes and monitoring them, to know if it has laid on that maybe 2021 days, you should hatch under favorite condition, eggs should hatch out, and then you monitor those ones, and then adults until another 3 months before that in particular cell. But how will you know which one is? But you can actually gauge. So around that time, around maybe the 4th month, you know, I said that after every 3 months you should change this. So around the 4th month, you can you have to check also, because no egg is a waste. You don't know the one that will hatch, you don't know the one that will not hatch out. So what you do is you can provide a temporary place for the eggs. It could be a bowl, it could be another thing, maybe a small one. You fill up with sand and then use your finger to dip holes in the soil. But don't carry the eggs with your hands. Don't do them with your bare hands. You use a spoon to pick the eggs up and then pour them, not everything in one hole, just pour them at random in the holes and then lightly cover up the soil. Lightly cover up. The soil shouldn't be too deep. Maybe if you are dipping your hand, you shouldn't go beyond this into the soil. So you put the eggs, maybe, I don't know, maybe two or whichever way, depending on the space you have anyway, just put yourself and then cover back lightly and just press your hand lightly against the soil and lift them. Those that will hatch out, those that will not hatch out. But the essence of this is, this is still laying eggs. Obviously, these are eggs that have hatched out. Okay, so peradventure as snails lay and then they begin to see small hatchlings, it is advisable to take the hatchlings away from them. It's not take the hatchlings away from them, or you take the big ones away, because the big ones will feed on these ones. Whether there is food there or not, they will feed on them, and that is because they even feed on their own eggs, and that's because they get calcium from it. And even these young ones that have hatched out, they eat their shell. Once they hatch out, they eat their shell. That's why most times, if you take notes, you see small ones, but the shell that has broken away from it, that's their first source of calcium. So these small ones now, when you have to give them extra attention, yes, to grow. So you feed them often and then provide enough calcium. Okay.
So the shells will grow back.
No, after they fed on that one, when they hatch out, they have shells. They eat up the ones that fell off. So
They eat off the egg.
The egg shell. Do you understand? Okay. So once they are like this, just make sure that you put enough calcium and then feed them. Then if you feed them with purple leaves or whatever kind of leaf or fruits or vegetables, make sure they are tender ones. You know, you have purple leaves that are very big and then they are fibrous, like they are hard. Unlike the very small ones that are still tender, it will be easier for baby snails to feed on those ones since they are radicalized now you're well formed. So the very first picture is one of snails that are mating. Okay, so snails are hermaphrodites. I didn't say that. They are hermaphrodites. That is, they have both male and female sex.
So why are they mating?
They cross-fertilize. They cross-fertilize and they will both lay eggs. They can't self-fertilize. Do you understand?
So both of them will get pregnant.
Yes, and you
Daddy and mommy will get pregnant.
and then you both. There's no daddy and mommy because, but from what experts says, that maybe in this particular breeding season, a snail may act as a male in this breeding season, and in another breeding season act as a female, or even act as both. So whichever way it is, two snails have to come together. Yes, so they can cross. So both.
So I think the big snails they mate, or even the small ones too. They don't have to grow to.
They have between 4 to 6 months.
They can start to mate.
They will begin to mate at any time, but before they can start laying eggs, between 4 to 6 months. Before they can start laying eggs. Okay, so let's just run through the daily routine management. Check the housing unit and remove dead animals and leftover feed. At this point, let me say that unlike other livestock farming, we have less business of mortality. This is used mortality. Death rate is very low. Yes. Then clean the pen and replenish water with fresh water. So at this point, let me say, if you want to give them water, okay, I started out putting water in the rim of the tires because I use the tire system of the tire. The second one, just send it to the first one itself. And I have like 3 tires mounted. So the second one, I put water, but I noticed that, you could just visit the place today, and by the time you come back tomorrow, you see that some snails have hatched out. And then those very small ones, if they crawl to that place, they get drowned. So it's safe. The safe thing to do is get a shallow container. Maybe like the cover of the bowl, or the cover of a bowl or something that is not deep. Do we understand?
Like a flat,
Or like a flat plate, a plastic plate, or these stainless plates that are flat. You can put water in it and just put it somewhere in the pen. They'll crawl there. The water you put, don't, even if it is flat, just make sure that even if the small hatchling gets there, it can easily crawl out. The big ones don't have problems with water, you can find their way out. It's just because of the small ones. Then if you also want to keep your pen very neat, you can also decide to have a tray or a container where you put their feet strictly, so that it won't be that you are putting it directly on the soil and then you have to keep out. If it's in the container, whether they are feces or whatever, it will be there. Although there are times they crawl away and go somewhere else, but it makes the place tidy. That's what I'm trying to say. And for those of us that already have snails, you notice that what your snail passes out depends on what it takes in. If it is vegetables, green vegetables, this will be green. If it is watermelon you gave them, to be the color of watermelon, they'll come out. If it is carrots, it is. So depending on what you give them, what you feed them needs. Okay. Make sure the soil is well covered with dry leaves. That's the mulching I talked about. In the dry season, wet the soil adequately in the morning and evening. Like I said, that wetting is not heavy wetting. Just sprinkle water. And moreover, you don't necessarily have to even give them, but if you know you don't have anything shallow, just make sure that whatever thing it is you give them is fresh. From leaves, they can get water from fresh leaves too. So, and then once in a while, just sprinkle lightly, especially if you are not using a system whereby water can easily drain out. Okay? Then check if the wire netting or mosquito net is intact. Whatever it is you are using to cover, make sure it is well tucked in. If it is a net, or if it is a lead that has wire netting that you are putting on it, make sure it is well placed to avoid escape. It will be so funny that you getting there one day and then you realize, even though your snails are small, you see them outside. They are very strong. They will lift the lid, and before you know it, and they are not as slow as you think they are. They will escape before you know it if the place is not well. Okay, then another thing is, do not use chemicals or insecticides. Like maybe I saw soldier ants, and then the next thing that comes is let me take that rate and spray to affect them. Then feed the snails after sunset, 5 to 6 p.m. to preserve the freshness of the feed. I said you can feed in the morning, but most times for those that work here, go to work, just come back, feed them. And the monthly routine, really, you can check, you count your snails, you can weigh them to see if there's any remarkable growth. But even before you weigh, how will you know if there's a remarkable growth? Just check your shell. You always see that demarcation of where the snail, where the shell reached before it grew again. Then removal of mulch materials. Mulch materials, like I said, they are dry leaves. But over time, if you see that they are beginning to get to rotten, just remove them and then place them. Careful collection of snails. Also also this monthly routine could also be separating the young ones from, because they, by the time they hatch out, like I said, you can just get them following there, they see a news, see a baby snail or something. Just make sure that whatever thing it is you do, is always try to sort out the big ones from the small ones. Washing of the snails. Now, washing of the snails, it could be, okay, let me use mine as an example. What I do, anyways, every evening when I go to feed them, I put them all in a sieve and then just sprinkle water. Even if they are inactive, when you get them, once you sprinkle water on them, they come out. Then it makes them like active. Then I leave them to, my dad would say I should leave them to exercise themselves. So they walk around. They're in a confinement now. There's a limit to how active it will be. So just leave them for a while. They go come around before I gather them and then back. Replacement of snails after raking the soil. That's for clearing. Brown snail shell, bone meal, oyster shell, all these ones. Snail shell, the source of calcium, bone meal, limestone, oyster shell. Even the normal egg we eat now, the shell is also a source of calcium. So if you have a snail that is, maybe you go to your pen and you saw that your snail is dead or something, you just leave it to dry out. Dry out in the sense that it will get rotten, the one that died, and after a while, just you can take the shell and then grind it. It's a very good source of calcium. So that's still alive. Note that the feed consumption will be reduced in the first 2 days because they are stopped. Yes. Then culling. This is the removal of unproductive and undesirable snails from the stock to reduce the total number of productive snails and to prevent disease and outbreak. Okay. How do you get to know snails that are unreproductive? I wouldn't say that. Okay, let me just put it this way. You will notice that some snails are growing at a faster rate compared to the others. Probably you brought them, I said you sort, and from your judgment, they are probably about the same size, but then you notice that some are growing faster than the other. Then you can be sure that those ones that are growing faster than the other, if possible, separate them. They are the ones that you'll be using as your breeding stock. They will lay good eggs, and hopefully their eggs too will okay then. These other ones that are not doing so well, maybe when it's time, maybe what season, she said to eat well. If you want to eat them, you can eat them, but you could also sell them out. But make sure you don't sell the very good ones out. Keep them as your breeding stock. So I think that one will produce better eggs, more better eggs, and their eggs too after they hatched out will do very good. So I think I mentioned the common enemies or predators of the snails, and some other things we should also consider is we should avoid overcrowding. That will need to be stopped in this. I have a picture of overcrowded pen here. Overcrowding is believed to reduce. I can add this in the soil. They are more, whatever the case may be, let's avoid overcrowding. It is believed to reduce the rate of reproduction. And also it is said that they produce slime, that too much of it reduces their rate of reproduction and then the way they eat. So as much as possible we should reduce this space. If I'm using the entire system, how many snails can I put in it that would be that would not result in overcrowding? Can I have three different sizes of snails? I don't know. If you are using big snails like table size and you're using the entire system, I'll say you should, maybe like the size of my fist. I'll say you should. And we have different sizes of tires. Okay, so maybe the normal size and maybe the smallest size. The smallest size now. The normal one, like the one I showed us, like this one now. I think this is the average.
On this size, there's this smaller one.
Okay, so maybe the size of my fist, you should not put more than 10. 10 to 15. 15 is not too much. 10. Yes, this is the size of my fist, not the size. Because it's this size, you can afford to put like maybe 14 to 20. But over time, when they're getting bigger, it is advisable. So from everything I'm saying now, it's like the tire system is not a very good, yes, for large scale. But it also depends. If I'm rearing my own snails for consumption purpose, I mean, you decide to just put all of them there or you have to. If for the sake of selling out or that's on business purpose, I think it's advisable we get a very big system. It could be a hunch box, but you know, it could make the dimension different from this. A very wide one. Just make sure that the criteria are met, perforated, netting above to cover to allow me and also prevent escape. Okay, so if it is this size that you want to use a system, entire system for, you can put as many as maybe like 35, 40, but they are small. So I think let's just believe that we can actually put them in their system. Our sense of judgment will be so right that we can put them, put the number that we think is okay in the system. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I want to have a understanding on that feeling. Let us use this tire system. Yes. Okay. You know, maybe when one wants to change their food, there's calling. Will I start to ask them to put them with their food? They will come back.
There's something like an antenna that have for sensitivity. They have to perceive when someone is coming, when someone is around. When there is food available, they are able to perceive. So what you said, I can relate with it because when I go to clean my pen and I want to feed them in the evening, I just drop their food and I leave. But if that's provided my dad is working, but if he's there, we say, place them face down, let them know that the food is there, place them on the food. And I'm like, who places them on the food in the wild where they used to be? You understand? But the antennas they have, their receptors, they are sensitive. They know when there is food. They know when they can sense when someone is around and light. So you don't necessarily have to bring them out of where they are hiding to feed them. And then let me say, some of us may notice that our snails are not, maybe you dropped food for them this evening and you met it the same way you dropped them. You don't necessarily feed every day. You don't necessarily feed every day. So it's only every 2 days. So don't be disappointed or whatever when you see that, I dropped food for them and you want them. And when they are hungry, when they are ready to eat, they will go for it. Yes, they will go for it.
So how do you measure apportion food per quantity number of snails ratio to know that okay, I can now plan this amount of food I need to feed and stuff? That's one question. And two, it's like tire system is something that won't cost us so much because tires are everywhere, bad tires are everywhere. So if I want to go route the tire system, can't I create many systems of tires, within the same vicinity? So if I don't have because in Lagos space is not really important. So can't I create this one tire system, is another tire system, another tire system. So I know I can put 15 okay, for
well, like I said earlier, I use the tire system and I have about 8 of them. Well, according to the quantity of feed, right, that was the first question. them, I will first say study your skills. Know how well they eat. Yes, know how well they eat. And then, if possible, have somewhere that you can easily and readily get their feed, especially vegetables. Great vegetables. And if you are in a vicinity where you have trees, purple leaves, and I don't think that one goes out of season. I don't think it goes out of season. But it might be difficult to get. But I'll just sorry, my sister.
I wanted to say that if I give feed, and then by morning it's all empty, I tell myself that I did not give enough. If I just see that after I've given the feed a little, just a little scanty is left, then
Because you are getting your professionality right.
yes. So over time, I know if I'm giving papa, I know how much to end up doing.
You know, you've already understand. You say you created 8. You didn't just tell us
Okay.
Makes sense.
8 sets. I have like 3 tires mounted, and then I have 8 sets like that. But I can't get something bigger because my skills are.
So how many states do you keep per system, per child?
Depending on how
Okay.
Well,
If
you
you
have
start
like-
from
I think with the project, I think I was trying to explain that depending on the size, for that kind of tire that I showed, I said it can be like 25 minutes. No, that will not be for long, because the more you feed them, if you are doing everything right and the conditions are favorable, they will be growing. Although their growth rate is kind of slow, but they will grow. So whatever the case may be, it's come to a stage, I want to say that the tire system will not, because if I say I want to use tires now, but we'll just make do with what we have anyways. If we don't have space, we'll make do with what we have. But the tire system, if I keep having tires, and you know these things, they lay eggs and they hatch out. That means I have to keep, and at some point, this room will be filled with tires. And you know, at that point, to get to a stage whereby all of them will still lay, and well, maybe you begin to sell out. Begin to sell out.
Probably you are doing it for your personal because I've been through, but by the time your snails and your children started growing, you think of another option. I'll be moving from snail from tire to another. And let me say something I saw, and that's to say that there is no. This person did like a pen, as if a wardrobe. So it had layers.
like demarcations.
Yes. And some that open like this, but there's layer 1 with sand, layer 2, layer 3, like that.
Depending on
So
the size.
the floor space was this. But
That is
now had
creative. So we have to be innovative.
now had it. We understand the picture and things. Now had a long one like that. I used it for.
Okay, so at this point, Prajoto will have questions and just coming up now because on the market side. So if you have questions, so let's just spend it now and then.
Just have a short account. One of the parties we went to, grandma brought her small slaves. She had done it, she had spiced it. So while we were waiting for the food,
Yes, it was her birthday. She was.
while we were waiting for the food in the party, she just put that on the table and we were using toothpicks. So that's to say that really at any stage, but for the purpose of selling out, people want to buy. So you have to wait, it's big, you bring it out, and we say that you should still leave the choicest ones. And the best time to harvest your snails, because they are hidden most times during the day, is at night or maybe in the morning, or after the rain, they just come out and you're able to bring them. Please carry them carefully. you shouldn't just stack snails upon snails. The weight can be too much, and then the shells will crack. Like the ones we brought now, what we did was we put soft cover leaves in a beating between just to keep them from being layered on top of each other. And so that way you can move it. Some ways you can process it. When she was saying that if you have too many, what do you do with it? If it has become big enough, rather than having 20 tires, you can then process it and freeze it. But that's one option. What I mean is that instead of just keeping, find a way to. So to process it, you need to break the shell or throw it in hot water, remove the edible portion. We said that food part is the edible portion. And then put it in plastic bags. And we just showed a picture of this. Okay, this is not the planted woman, they're selling her snails. Sorry, I'm not so sure. This person is like, she probably picked the snails there. But this is one of the restaurants that they've already packaged the snails in the supermarket. The same thing with that. Okay, so that's one way of making sure that you are able to find people to keep it for. So some people appreciate it in the light form. Some will take it, please just take it out and send it to me. And some want it. We showed a picture earlier of this. And somebody was asking, where is this? I need some. You know? Once someone was telling me, and an uncle came and took them out. And then he asked for 8 snails, and they were selling in that restaurant at 800 naira for one. So before they could they had finished the 8, we went back to the. So you know, she had started snail farming. She said, no, and we are going to spend. That's 8 times 800, 5, 6, and that's not the main meal. So it really can be attractive that form. So I wanted to say that please, if you are going to do any form of packaging, that's the whole thing entirely. You must be well cleaned out. You must purge the snails, get all the stool out, and then clean it up. And the best time to sell is probably in the dry season. Now is the best time to sell. In the wet season, everybody is able to get it at a cheaper rate. I have that woman's phone number. If I call her now, Mama, this, I have snails. If she says some customers have been asking, she'll be ready to get it. So that's one thing. I didn't touch too much on export because is there anybody here that already has snails for export? Please tell me. Yes. About great. But it's for us. I said the main aim was startups, really getting us started. But yes, there are resources for export, and some people that's what they are. They know in what form it must be, and so on and so forth. Before the question and answer, some of the mistakes I made, and I want to say it along this place. Unfortunately, I honestly do not have any problem with this answer. So maybe it depends on where to. I know Grandma told me she had problems with rats, but she was also able to prevent this. I can't remember how you said you were able to prevent that. From rats now.
Yes, so I use the rat killer outside, apart from where I kept the business. Okay. Because I don't have small children around anymore. Except my grandchildren, but they will not come in the night. So I use rat killer outside the business. That one is helping me. But I use stones to surround the tires so that they cannot, because the first time I noticed that the rat went there, I was so much worried. So I now put stones to support the tires so that the rat will not be able to, at least to have access.
No, the problem was
from under,
and then
yes. So I used that stone to prevent, and that one helped a lot before I started using the rat killer.
They are not legal strands.
Okete, not just ordinary akara. Relocate. Which one? Big one. Before man and God, I used to, when I was having a dog in my house, the dog would kill them. So my neighbors, there are some boys in my house, they rubber beg for it. Once the dog kills, like this early in the morning, Pakaya, grandma or Betty, they always happy. So,
Thank you. So, the one I want to talk about is extreme weather conditions. So immediately I moved out of, I had 3 sets of tire when I first started. I put one in, we had a plantation because of shade. We had this plantation, so I put, and the plantation is downhill, sort of, as if you dig into the ground. And then I put a first set of tires there so that the leaves could cover it. I put another one on plain soil, but close to another bit of shade. And then I put a third one on another side. When I wanted to move them into a pen, I noticed that the one I put under the plantain did not do as well as the one that was doing. But the mistake, the real mistake with that was that it was, you know, when you have like you build a gutter, and then I now put it inside that gutter. So rain and so on will seep into that one as compared to the one that was on plain ground. Snail was always good. So that was the main fault. Now the other one that was just on plain ground and just had a small tree covering it was fine. So the part of the land, plain land, is still better than trying to grow. So when I created the pen, because of aeration, I netted it round. For those on Facebook, I shared that. And we netted the top. And then we put something over it, like a tackle just to cover it. And we demarcated inside the 3 places to sort it. And we did it to the wall. So the wall was the back. Not knowing that one part was directly exposed to the sun. Meanwhile, the house was cut off. The wall of the house kind of shaded two halves, but left 1/3. So the next time we opened, we found out that the ones there, but it was not the small ones we put there, not one showing lots of skin. And that sunny condition affected. Now when I say affected, you just get there, you see like 1 or 2 there that you're like, what happened? The other thing I noticed also was that there was one day it was so sunny, and I was feeling like, wow, this weather is so sunny. So I just called my dad and said, go and wet them. So go and wet them. So she went to wet them. In fact, please don't wet them in the sun. Because where they were hiding, they will now come out because of the wet in the sun. So that's why we say evening and morning. Evening and morning. The weather is that. The other thing is the control of breeze. You see that the hotch boxes that we saw there. The sides are covered. For some, it may not necessarily be full all the way. They will do it this way. But the idea is to be able to protect the spark from wind just blowing through. Because the slimy part will get easily dried. That is also hard. Then we should give enough soil and loose soil so that they are able to lay and the eggs are protected. The other thing, this leg, the legs of this, the way it's raised is an advantage. Why? We've kept it away from ants. And in fact, what you said is that each of these legs now, put it inside a tin, and you can then pour your oil or anything into it. Ants will not be able to climb inside and get it. So it's also a major way of protecting it. If you are going to use this, remember the preparation you said that we are going to use this preparation. Even some people, the problem with tire also is sometimes the heat. So some people have also said, please perforate
the
sides. Just like putting a screwdriver through and put it in a hot fire. Just so that not enough to escape, but enough to. Now, there was something I saw in grandma's room when I went there. She didn't stop at filling the sand here. She went on, you know where this place where you can see water? She filled it to that point with sand. And what I think I liked about that is that I did not like the messiness of the water that stays at the edge, apart from the drowning and this is just a bit table. So opening her, I took the pictures on the other lady's phone. I hope you can project it. It looked dry and good. And then raising it all the way. Some people have said that, you know, in this case, the person's snail is in the first one, down. That if there's too much room for it to just go up, going up, meanwhile you have put food to the lower one to not even remember it's going back down to. Meanwhile, in our own, the space between, food the up to side, and then the food is just there with them. And then she now covered this with the mosquito net before placing. It really was tidy and all of that, and the food is there. And then I even noticed that some of the watermelon had also started growing small. And that was also food for the snail, fresh fans, and that's the system they also use in this free range. The reason they put this here is that that's what serves as the shelter during very harsh conditions. So this person is just beginning to construct it, and it's hoping to get to this point. Once you can put the shelter, you may not need to cover any top anymore, because the snail is not going to climb all the way and try to escape, and you already provided shelter from very bad this. So the other thing I also want to say is the feeding. That remembering to, it's like feeding somebody like a human being, remembering to put some parts of it. So let's also say combined feed. Yes, they eat a lot of vegetables and material, but please remember they also eat other things so that we can give them something quite balanced. Okay, so overcrowding should be avoided. And then pathogens like things like the fungi and so on and so forth. And they usually will happen if you leave very leftover food and now becomes what type of water? Okay. In terms of water, generally we want to avoid street head water. The reason is because of the chemicals used to treat it and the levels of sodium. Remember salt is sodium. That's the whole idea. But your regular rainwater, well water, and simple kind of water from ground is better for your snails. Okay. Not like it's so bad.
The backbone of Lagos State, right? People have been chlorinated.
So most times you just have well water or water you have taken from the water.
I will send well water. I'll bottle it.
Okay, just now we'll go into groups and we are going to identify some snails. But before then, is there burning question? A burning question? Okay, even if it's not burning. Question.
Speak.
What of, for instance, maybe you leave Lagos for a little travel, and I'm wondering in such situation, because you cannot, maybe you and your family, you cannot start carrying your together. What would you do at that moment?
For how long?
Let's say 10 days.
10 days is
Only.
long. You can't even leave your dog.
So what will happen in that?
I don't know. I think it has to be carefully thought about. For instance, what most of us have done is to involve family as part of our co-partners. So if I'm not around, please help me.
During this festive period, probably you want to do Lagos, everybody.
It's a major.
So can you actually move your snails? Can you travel?
Yes. So I think the housing method match traveling.
What long is your
The traveling, the housing method matters. You cannot be away for 10 days without anybody looking at it. 10 days. It's a long time.
You might need to get somebody involved for the meantime.
Some people visit their snail camps 2-3 days. 10 days. Come and check them. If it's free range,
What if you decide if
free range
it's
is fine.
maybe you leave them, let them move around because within the other areas, give them maybe. So
They'll be
when you
fine.
come back, you leave them up.
They'll be fine as long as they can't escape. They'll be fine. You
don't
already
have
planted
people that will
things that
come
they
and
can
pick
eat.
Yes.
You know, they planted your
We don't have human predators. We have human predators. I'm serious. There's a cousin of mine, she stays at Agric. She said during the rainy season that people come with bags to pick snails and the back because she was doing the free range thing. So during the
thought it was.
in the night, they'll come to the back of my house
They give
and pick the snails.
And they didn't know. They thought
They
it
said it was natural.
She
No, she didn't know they were stealing. They knew they were stealing.
The guy didn't know they were stealing.
Yeah, they thought they were stealing now. She didn't know
It's nature.
nature.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please, is there the rain? I believe rain is more better than this tap water we use.
Yes. Rain is
More
the
better.
best.
But during dry season now, you don't have a choice.
But to use, that's why I said after rain, well water.
Well, water.
After well water, you warm water. But it's nice if they need
So much water.
water.
Like for me, I use a fridge. I
Okay.
use fridge about 24 people on that. The wideness like 14.
14 feet.
14 wide and long 24.
Do you have the picture?
No.
Okay, check your sample this place.
No. It's longer than this, but the wideness like this from the head to the feet.
So how do you?
So it's we did like this shower because the person that fixed it said okay we should suspend the one for spray the electric and spraying water.
Okay.
That one would have been better, but so I wet it every morning with a bucket. Yes, it was to wet it in the morning. Very dry season, but I thank God yesterday rain fell. So
You go a few days without.
Yeah.
I think that's the other thing with that method. During the dry season, you just have to make sure. But what are you planting?
There's cocoa, there's cocoyam, yes. We already with enough I think leaves to we do all the stuff.
Okay.
So it's already planted at the back of the house. So we just have to make use of the just
Best year. Honestly, the next step I'll do is a free range. I think it's
It gives you more flexibility.
yes.
yeah,
But you said it's the back of your house, so that makes it a lot. Is it the back of
yes.
Oh, sorry, with the free range, what happens to those predators will not be the small
They
ones?
will go through their life cycle. That's the beauty of that one. You don't have to do sorting out. It's like
It's a natural.
a natural habitat. The only thing you've done is a very wide demarcation of it. So the same way in the forest they grow, they'll move their way, they will eat. Because part of why they eat themselves is because they have small cage system. They're not free to move around and they then eat. So I think they don't. In free range. Let me go back to that. You need space. You need space.
That's the number one. space.
In free range, the entire life cycle develops within that. So the mating, the laying, the hatching, all of it happens by themselves. How long have you been done with
I give feeding day first.
No, how long? How long have you been?
The feeding.
No,
doing your free range.
Okay, free range. It's since it started since 3-4 months ago.
About 4 months ago. So they are still in the growing stage. That's
But they are hatching. We bought big ones and mixed it with smaller ones. So, but there are different snails in it, Argentina and Argentina magnet. Yeah. So where I told my uncle that I don't this mixed up is not really too good. It's not too good, but
I have something here, and that's to it's a study they did in Edo State, in which they looked at different methods that farmers keep on the farm. Okay, how many people work on your farm? You alone, can you imagine? So
Garbage.
Gary, yeah, of course, you alone. And then the location of the farm, 55.2 is their backyard, while 44.8 has a separate farm from their own. For the farmers, some of them did snail farming, some did, most of them did other types. The housing and the enclosure, the car tire was still 17%. Drum of pot, 5, some had more than 1%. Trench, 1.7%. Wire gauze, 40%. Wooden cage, 25%. Hot box, movable pens. And that's what I used to talk about. There are some pens you can move. How would you move this? And then pens in enclosed building and so on. Then some of them started. What was the age of the snail when they started? Some started with eggs, 6.4%. 2 to 6 months old snails, 6.6%. So most people started with that. A bit of the advantage of that is that they are the ones that are grooming it into the way, like if you get snails from us now, we say it's more of a generally who want to do so that you can see their adapt to. Then sourcing from source of snails from the wild, 18.3. 30% got from the market, 45% got from other snail farms. I'm not saying that everything they did here is correct, they're just looking at what some of them do. And then production duration, for some of them after 1 year, they were done 40.9, some is 1 to 2 years, and then 3 to 4 years, 3.4. The time of feeding, again, most of them fed early morning, and then some of them did early morning and evening. That's the second source of water, well water, stream, and then type of feed. Most of them get vegetables, leaves of plants, kitchen waste. So all those things, our yam tubers, the peels and corn and so forth that we use in the kitchen, sugar peels, the leaves, 59.3% of them need that. Household waste, fresh fruits, fruit peels, tubers, and market waste. Frequency of feeding per day. Majority fed only once a day, 42%, and that really should be sufficient if they are feeding enough.
It's touching.
Rainwater, supplied water. This is a rural area in the state. Then causes of snail death. Many of them, some of them people cause pests. That's why what we said about that range of keeping the fitting, engine oil, and so on. Infection, accidents. There are sometimes we open it, and when we are trying to shut down, we forget to look at the edges. We just crush the snails. Some of the time happen, and then predators, including human predators. Frequency of changing the soil.
Some of them change it once in a month. Once in 2 months, actually. And then 11.9% in 2 months. Once in every 10 months.